Have you ever wondered why some women just have that certain something? It's not about being the youngest in the room or fitting society's idea of perfect beauty. No, their appeal goes way deeper than that. There's a magnetism about them, a presence that draws people in, especially men. You'll notice men glancing their way, trying to get close, consistently reaching out. And let me tell you, it's not just luck or some mysterious fate. It's the result of behaviors these women have practiced and refined over time. They've figured out how to become effortlessly irresistible. Here's the truth: real attraction isn't just about looks. The deepest magnetism doesn't come from makeup or an expensive wardrobe. It comes from your essence, your attitude, the way you carry yourself, and the confidence you naturally project. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 6 behaviors that can turn any woman into someone absolutely captivating. If you start practicing these, I promise you'll feel the shift. You'll notice men reacting to you differently, seeking you out more, and you'll start to attract attention in ways you've never experienced before. Stick around until the end, because behavior number 6 is truly the game changer. Most women have no idea about it, but once you learn it, everything changes. Let's kick things off by asking, what actually makes a woman captivating? So many people think it's all about youth or physical features, but honestly, that's just surface-level stuff. The reality? A woman with maturity can be even more fascinating than someone younger. Why? Because she's developed something that takes time: self-confidence. She doesn't doubt her worth. She's not chasing approval or needing constant reassurance. She knows who she is, and that kind of self-assurance is magnetic. With life comes experience emotionally and socially. A confident woman has been through enough to know what she wants and what she'll never tolerate again. She's become more selective, less dependent, and she exudes an aura of sophistication and a hint of mystery. She doesn't lay all her cards on the table at once. She understands how to keep people intrigued, and that's incredibly powerful. Here's the secret: men are not just attracted to how you look. What really hooks them is the energy you put out into the world. Think about it. Why do some women, even if they're not the youngest or the classic beauty, have everyone's attention? It's because they radiate something deeper: a presence, a unique way of moving and speaking that's captivating. When a woman nails this, men can't help but be drawn in. Her very presence fascinates. She doesn't need to fight for attention. Her energy does that all on its own. And the best part, none of this is about luck or genes. It comes down to specific behaviors that anyone can learn and develop. Now that you know the power you can tap into, let's dive into the first behavior. That's going to make men see you with brand new eyes, and trust me, you'll start noticing the difference right away. Behavior 1. Confidence outshines makeup every time before anyone even registers. Your hairstyle, your outfit, or how your makeup looks, they feel your confidence. Seriously, nothing is more attractive than a woman who's comfortable in her own skin. It's obvious in how you walk, how you speak, and how you interact. A confident woman doesn't need external approval. She gives off her own validation. Naturally, she doesn't wait for permission to shine. She just does. Let's do a quick mental exercise. Imagine you walk into a party or a gathering. There are 2 women there. One is physically beautiful, but she's hunched over, avoiding eye contact, looking uncomfortable. The other might not tick every beauty standard box, but she walks with purpose, her head up, her eyes steady and open. Who do you think people are drawn to? Confidence is like a magnet. And here's the good news: you don't have to be born with it. You can learn it. You can grow it. There's actual science to back this up. A study from Webster University found that people with high self-confidence are seen as more attractive, even if they don't fit the standard definition of physical beauty. Why is that? Because confidence sends a very clear signal: I am valuable. I know what I want. I don't need your approval to feel worthy. Men pick up on that vibe immediately, and it's irresistible. So, how do you bring this into your everyday life? Start with your posture. Walk with your back straight, your chin up. Your body language says everything before you even open your mouth. Slouching or looking at the floor sends a message of insecurity. Standing tall and moving with purpose tells the world you're sure of yourself. Next, slow down when you're talking. Confident women don't feel pressured to overshare or fill every silence. Their words are measured, their tone is calm and assured. And don't be afraid to take up physical space, whether you're in a meeting, out in public, or just having a conversation. Let your presence be felt without apologizing for it. Remember, the way you present yourself to the universe shapes the way the universe responds to you. So, start owning your confidence and watch the transformation begin. Now, let's move into the next behavior, one that will take your magnetism even further, something most women overlook. But once you embrace it, it changes how people interact with you. Behavior 2. The woman who doesn't cling owns the interaction. Desire always grows in the space of uncertainty. Have you noticed how when you stop being constantly available, certain men seem to chase you even more? That's not random, it's psychology at work. A truly captivating woman doesn't chase attention. She isn't overly intense or dependent on male validation. She knows her value isn't based on how quickly someone texts her back. The most fascinating women are the ones who inspire men to pursue them, not the ones always doing the chasing. Why does this work? Because human nature tells us to value what we might lose. If a man thinks you'll always be there, no matter how he acts, his interest eventually fades. But if he feels he could lose you, suddenly you become 10 times more intriguing. Think back on your own experiences. Maybe you noticed a guy suddenly putting in more effort the moment you got busy and stopped texting back instantly. He starts paying attention, reaching out, noticing little details about you he never saw before. It's because when something seems guaranteed, it loses excitement, but a hint of uncertainty. That's where desire builds. Men love a challenge. They love the sense of mystery and the feeling that they need to earn your attention. Here's the key: when you're not clingy, you control the dynamic. So, how do you put this into practice? Don't always be available. If a man feels like he can see you or talk to you whenever he wants, he'll eventually lose interest. Give him some space to wonder about you, to miss you, to make an effort. Keep living your life. Don't schedule your days around whether he texts or not. Stay busy with your own hobbies, your own projects, your own passions. Learn to truly enjoy your time alone. A woman who's comfortable with her own company radiates independence, and that is wildly attractive. And don't get me wrong, detachment doesn't mean being cold or distant. It means knowing your worth, not begging for attention, and letting your energy do the work. All right, get ready, because the next behavior is going to boost your magnetism in a way that most women never think about. Behavior 3. Crafting a style that mirrors your strength. Let's talk about style. Yes, visual appeal matters, but probably not in the way most people think. So many women believe that being captivating means following the latest trends, buying designer clothes, or fitting into a certain beauty mold. But that's not it at all. What really makes you stand out isn't about what you wear, it's about how you wear it. A woman with a strong, personal style sends a clear message. She's confident, she knows who she is, and she's not afraid to express her individuality. She doesn't chase every passing trend. Instead, she chooses what feels authentic, what makes her feel powerful. Her look is an extension of her energy. It's like a signature. Let's pause and think about this. Picture yourself walking into a room and spotting a woman who moves with confidence. She's put together, not necessarily flashy, but there's something about her style that grabs your attention. Maybe it's her unique combination of accessories or the way she owns a particular color. It's memorable. There's research backing this up, too. A study featured in Psychology Today showed that people are perceived as more attractive, not just by their features, but by the way they present themselves, the confidence that shines through their choices. Someone with a strong sense of style can actually outshine someone with perfect features who lacks confidence. The trick is to amplify what makes you unique. So, how do you build a style that makes you unforgettable? Here are some practical tips. Dress for your strengths. Not every trend or cut is for everyone, and that's totally okay. Figure out what flatters you most. For example, if you have curves, try dresses that cinch at the waist. If you're tall and lean, maybe loose, flowing silhouettes suit you best. Play with color. Colors give off energy and can highlight different aspects of your personality. Red screams passion and power. Wear it when you want to command attention. Black is all about sophistication and mystery. White radiates serenity and confidence. Navy blue gives off intelligence and leadership vibes. Earth tones feel warm and approachable. Pick colors that speak to your mood and your message. Hair and makeup. You don't need a full face of heavy makeup or a complicated hairstyle to be magnetic. Focus on highlighting your natural beauty. Maybe it's a bold lip, glowing skin, or a haircut that frames your face just right. Signature scent. This is an underrated detail. Scent is closely tied to memory and emotion. Find a fragrance that feels like you, floral, woody, citrusy, whatever makes you feel empowered. A signature scent can make you unforgettable, even after you've left the room. Remember, it's not about looking like someone else. It's about showing up as the best, most authentic version of you. When your style feels aligned with your inner energy, you're not just seen, you're remembered. Now, let's move on to the next behavior, which taps into a power that is both subtle and absolutely magnetic. Behavior 4. Embracing your feminine energy. Feminine energy is one of the most potent sources of attraction, but it's also one of the most misunderstood. Let's clear something up. Feminine energy doesn't mean weakness, passivity, or needing someone else to take care of you. In fact, it's the opposite. Feminine energy is about influence without force, receiving without demanding, attracting without chasing. It's the calm confidence that what you desire will come to you, without having to control every detail. It's also about inspiring others just by being yourself. The magic here, it makes men want to come closer, without you ever having to. A common mistake women make is thinking that to be attractive, they need to take on a more masculine approach, always leading, always pursuing, always being the one to make things happen. But when you do all the chasing, you take away the man's opportunity to pursue you. You remove the sense of mystery and the thrill of the chase, and that's where the intrigue disappears. Think about those women who capture attention just by entering a room. They're not always dressed to the nines. They're not obsessed with being perfect. They don't compete with other women. Instead, they're relaxed, receptive, and fully themselves. There's research for this, too. For example, a study from the University of California found that men find women with a calm, receptive communication style and open body language more attractive. Why? Because these qualities project confidence and effortless femininity. That's the difference between forcing attraction and letting it happen naturally. So, how do you harness this energy in your daily life? Let him take initiative. If he suggests a date or an idea, don't feel like you have to take over. Instead, respond with curiosity. That sounds interesting. What did you have in mind? Let him put in the effort. If he's genuinely interested, he'll want to do his best to impress you. Enjoy the moment. Don't get caught up in future what-ifs. Will he call? Does he want a relationship? Is this going anywhere? That kind of anxious energy is actually repellent. Instead, focus on enjoying the present. If he reaches out, great. If not, you're still good. Your happiness is not tied to someone else's actions. Slow down your communication. Your tone and pacing are incredibly seductive tools. Speak a little more slowly, with intention. Leave pauses in your conversation. Let there be a little mystery. Avoid harsh, rushed tones. Sometimes, silence says more than words ever could. Remember, feminine energy is an art. It's about relaxing into yourself, receiving rather than chasing, and letting your presence do the work. When you get the hang of this, you'll notice men are drawn to you and you'll be the one deciding who is worthy of your energy. Ready for the next level? Let's move on to a skill that instantly makes any woman more intriguing. Behavior 5. The art of conversation. Speak less. Connect deeper. A truly captivating woman knows that conversation isn't just about filling space with words. In fact, it's the opposite. It's about creating a spark, an exchange that makes the other person want to know more. The secret: speak less, but say more. Use silence as a tool to deepen the connection. Create an aura of intrigue and depth with every interaction. A lot of women feel pressure to talk non-stop, overshare, or try to impress with long stories. But that's not where real attraction happens. Studies show that about 80% of attraction is actually nonverbal. It's about how you say things, not just what you say. Here's how to master this art. Intentional eye contact. Don't shy away from meeting someone's gaze. Hold their eyes a little longer than usual. then look away. Slowly. This creates instant chemistry and intrigue. Keep a little mystery. You don't have to reveal your entire life story in one conversation. Give short, interesting answers, and leave some details for later. For example, if he asks about a memorable trip, tease him with, "Oh, that's a story for another time." What you hold back can be just as powerful as what you share. Ask engaging questions. The best conversations are the ones where you're genuinely curious about the other person. Instead of talking only about yourself, ask questions that open up deeper topics. Try, if you could live in any era, which one would you pick? Or what's one thing you'd do if you knew you couldn't fail? These questions spark imagination and connection. Play with your voice. Your tone and pacing can make all the difference. Speak slowly and confidently, using pauses to build anticipation. Even a simple phrase can sound magnetic if you deliver it with intention. The bottom line, a woman who knows how to converse doesn't aim to impress, she aims to connect. She uses her voice, her eyes, her timing, and a little mystery to create a conversation that lingers in the mind. Up next is the final and by far the most powerful behavior. If you're ready, just let me know, and we'll dive into the last secret that sets truly magnetic women apart. Behavior 6. Independence, the ultimate aphrodisiac. Let's talk about the one behavior that truly sets captivating women apart: independence. This is the trait that takes your allure from interesting to absolutely unforgettable. The truth is, the most attractive women aren't the ones who shape their entire lives around a relationship. Real magnetism comes from being fulfilled on your own, having a life, a purpose, and passions that excite you, with or without a partner. Why does this have such a powerful effect? Because no man wants to feel like he's the only reason you're happy. What's far more compelling is when he feels lucky just to be a part of your already fascinating life. Independent women don't seek someone to complete them. Their world is already vibrant, and that's exactly what draws people in. Think about the women you know who seem to have men gravitating toward them. They're not the ones constantly trying to please or waiting for someone to validate them. Instead, their lives are so interesting, so full, that others naturally want to be a part of their universe. Men are drawn to independent women because their energy radiates confidence, fulfillment, and an inner security that can't be faked. So, how do you cultivate this kind of independence in your own life? Have a passion or purpose beyond romance. Your sense of joy and fulfillment can't be tied to someone else. Find something that excites you, a hobby, a career goal, a creative pursuit, anything that gives you a sense of accomplishment. Decide what you want out of life and start working toward it. Regardless of your relationship status, when you have a purpose, your energy shifts. You naturally carry yourself with more confidence and enthusiasm. Surround yourself with positive people. The people in your inner circle have a huge impact on your self-esteem and outlook. Seek out friends who uplift you, challenge you, and inspire you to be your best self. Let go of relationships that drain you or keep you stuck in negativity. When you're supported by high-vibe people, your own confidence and attractiveness will skyrocket. Commit to lifelong growth. Women who are always learning, growing, and evolving are endlessly captivating. Make it a habit to invest in yourself. Read new books, travel, try new things, take classes, or explore new interests. Personal growth isn't just appealing to others. It makes you feel more alive, more self-assured, and more in control of your life. Remember, you are your own greatest source of attraction. You don't need anyone else to rescue you, complete you, or give your life meaning. When your happiness and fulfillment come from within, you project a self-assured, magnetic energy that's impossible to ignore. A final truth: attraction is about energy, not a gift. There's one thing I want you to take away from this video. It's that true allure has nothing to do with how old you are, or whether you fit some fleeting beauty standard. It's all about the energy you radiate. The most unforgettable women aren't remembered for their perfect features. They're remembered for how they made people feel, for the unique essence they brought to every room. If you start incorporating these 6 behaviors: confidence, a little mystery, personal style, feminine energy, captivating conversation, and independence, you'll notice changes almost immediately. Men will look at you differently. You'll feel more confident in everything you do, and your magnetic Energy won't just attract romance, it'll open up opportunities in every area of your life, from friendships to business to personal growth. Because attraction isn't about luck. It's about the behaviors and energy you choose to embody. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 6 behaviors do you feel you already have down? Which one do you want to work on first? Drop your answers in the comments. I genuinely love reading your thoughts and seeing your progress. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share this with a friend who could use a little extra magnetism in her life. Remember, the power to become captivating is already within you. Start practicing these behaviors today and watch how the world starts to respond to your energy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.